Hey guys, today's such an exciting day. We have our very first guest at Sun City Living. Let's get started. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Teresa Ramirez with Clearview Realty here in the beautiful El Paso. So today is a very special day. We have our very first guest on the channel, and I'm super excited about it because I've been working with her for over 5 years, and she has served my clients so well, and honestly, I love her. So please welcome our guest, Ms. Sandy Sanchez from Movement Mortgage, who's been in the business for over 6 years and knows her stuff. So today we're going to cover basic information if you've been thinking about buying a house and you kind of want to know where to get started. This is certainly the video for you. So again, Sandy Sanchez, over 6 years of experience. She's worked with multiple clients of mine, and she's awesome. So Sandy, welcome. Sandy, thank you so much for joining us today and doing this video for me. I really appreciate all the information you're about to offer. So with that said, let's go ahead and dive right in. I have a couple of questions that I'm going to ask you that I get from buyers themselves. I'm not a lender, so therefore I can't really answer a lot of the questions because I just don't know everything about lending like you do. So while I do know some stuff, I do feel like it's important for them to hear from the professional. So the first question I have for you is, what are the 3 basic things that a buyer needs to have in order to qualify for a home loan?
First, thank you so much for the opportunity to do this with you. I really appreciate it. And great question. So the 3 things that a buyer will need in order to qualify for a mortgage loan is 1, credit. And we do have programs that require credit scores as low as 580. Number 2 is job history. We need at least a 2-year job history. And 3, funds on deposit for down payment and closing cost.
Awesome, thank you. So I'm glad that you brought up credit. In speaking about credit, can you please address a question that I get all the time about why sites like Credit Karma are typically kind of off? Can you explain why they're off and why it's important to pull credit with an actual lender?
Yes, I also get asked the same question all the time, why their Credit Karma score is higher than what was reported to us. And the reason being is that most vendors don't report directly to Credit Karma, so they are getting inaccurate information. So the best thing they can do is complete the loan application and give us the opportunity to tell them exactly what their credit score is by looking at their 3 bureaus with TransUnion.
That's great
Equifax,
information.
And
thank you so much. Okay, so with our market being as challenging as it is, and with buyers having to come in with their own closing cost, can you give us an example of how much a buyer can expect to come in with closing cost? Let's say at a house of $250,000. Can you give us a breakdown of what that closing cost would look like?
Yes, it is a challenging market, and sellers are no longer paying closing costs the way that they did a few years ago. So it's best to be prepared. Unless you're VA, which requires 0 down, you will have to give a down payment. So for example, going FHA, looking at a $250,000 house, your required down payment is 3.5, which is $8,750. You need to also be prepared to give an additional 2% closing cost. So your total down payment and closing costs would be about $13,750 on an FHA loan for a $250,000 house.
Okay, cool. Yes. So with that said, if a buyer has some cash to come in with their, 2.5-3% of closing costs, but they don't have enough to come in with their closing costs and their down payment, do you have any programs where you guys are offering any kind of down payment assistance? And if you do, what kind of criteria does the buyer have to have in order to qualify for those programs?
Yes, there are down payment assistance programs. I will tell you that recently a lot of those programs are no longer offered. There's very, very limited aspects to each of those programs. So the best thing they can do is give us a call and let us look at the full picture to see if they still qualify for the parameters of those programs that are left. The way it basically works though is a down payment assistance program. You are required to have at least a 620 credit score. You will be required to take an online class, a home buying class, and then providing us with the home certificate afterwards. And there are income limitations. So like I said, best thing you can do is call me, let me look at the full picture and see if you qualify for one of those programs.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you. All right. And to finish this off, are there any tips that you could offer anybody who is looking to enter the market to buy a house this year? Any tips that you can offer them?
Yes, I do have some tips. So the best thing you can do if you're in the market right now is don't hesitate and find that house as soon as you can. The thing is, rates are going up, as you've heard that on the news, if you've seen that online. Rates are going up and home prices are going up. So what does that mean to you? If you're looking at a $200,000 house right now and you qualify for a $200,000 house with current interest rates,
right,
6 months from now, if rates have gone up, it's eating into your buying power. So you may not qualify for $200,000 once the rates go up, and you may be looking at like maybe 180. Also house prices. So you look at a house right now that's valued at $200,000. 6 months from now, a year from now, that exact same house could be $220,000. So best thing you can do is start looking and happy house shopping.
All right. Awesome, Sandy. Thank you so much. Would you be able to tell our audience where they can find you, where they can apply with you? And then I'll be sure to link your information down below as well.
I would love to help as many of your buyers as possible. You can reach me at Movement Mortgage. My email address is sandy.sanchez@movement.com. My cell phone number is 915-373-4428, and my online application is approvedbysandy.com, and Sandy is SANDIE. So again, approved by Sandy, SANDIE.com. Happy house shopping, and I look forward to working with you and getting you approved and into your new home.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That is great information, Sandy. Thank you so much for your time. I look forward to doing this again. On our next call, I really want to kind of dive in deep and talk about interest rates, since I know that that's really a hot topic for 2022. Maybe we can have you back on next week, and we can then cover a couple of more questions regarding interest rates and just as a whole what the market's going to look like for 2022. So thank you so much for your time. All right, guys. So if you are not already subscribed to my channel, I invite you to, where I discuss all things El Paso with a little bit of real estate sprinkled in. And if you are looking to reach out to me or Sandy, I will go ahead and link both of our information down below in the description box. And I hope this information has been helpful to you. Please subscribe, like my video, all those good things. You guys have a good week, and I will see you guys on the next one.